the Lion Gaming crew, and in this soft-core Diablo 3 build guide, we're going to be taking a look at the Roland's Legacy, aka Divine, for the Crusader. So first things first, gotta shout out each and every single one of my subscribers. You guys, we are almost at 600, so shout out to each and every single one of you guys from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right on into this build guide. So, main weapon is an ethereal affixed, the furnace. Couple of affixes on there, pretty good indeed. And it has the gem of ease in there, so you're gonna get 8,000 experience per kill, and it also increases damage against elites by 50%. Reduces cooldown of all skills by 52.1%, and this is a level 1 Primal Ancient Legendary two-handed mace. For the gloves, codenamed Divine, again, bunch of affixes on there, hitting all of the major categories that you really want to see on some gear, as well as ignores durability loss. We have the 2-piece, 4-piece, and 6-piece set bonus for this set, and it is a level 1 Primal Ancient set gloves. For the shoulders, again, codenamed Divine, Roland's Legacy, again with those affixes hitting all of the major crucial areas, as well as ignores durability loss, 1000 to all stats, and you also get increased move speed for 40% for 7 seconds after picking up a health globe, and killing an enemy reduces the cooldown of Siege Charge by 1 second. On top of all of that, reduces cooldown of all skills by 10, reduces all resource costs by 10. Level 1 Primal Ancient Set Shoulders. For the chest piece, codenamed Divine, again, that Roland's Legacy, same thing as before, hitting all of the major categories, ignores durability loss, 1000 to all stats, and resource cost reduction is at 19%, cooldown of all skills is at 10%, and this is a level 1 Primal Ancient Set chest armor. For the helm, again, codenamed Divine, really good on the affixes on this one, as well as gives you 82% bonus experience, ignores durability loss. It is infused with that red soul shard, so that is very, very good, and it is a level 1 Primal Ancient Set helm. For the bonuses on this one, you get 15% damage to elite enemies, reduces all resource costs by 19, reduces cooldown of all skills by 34.4%. Moving on to the amulet, it is codenamed Divine, 600% damage to all Crusader skills is very good, as well as buffing all main stats, with a little bit more into strength. Percent damage, percent life, attack speed, all appears on this amulet, which is very good. On top of all of that, it increases your gold health pickup radius by 50 yards, ignores durability loss, you get 1 to maximum damage per paragon level up to 800, it reduces damage of enemies hit by 25% for 5 seconds, and you also get that Siege Charge cooldown by 1 second after killing an enemy. And on top of all of that, you get all of these other bonuses shown on screen, reduces cooldown of all skills by 27.1, reduces all resource costs by 34.4, you get that 25% movement speed buff, and a 45% damage to elite enemies. Moving on to the bracers, again, codenamed Divine, hitting all major categories, giving you a little bit of lightning damage if you want to infuse some lightning into this, by all means, go ahead. You ignores durability loss, 1000 to all stats, very, very good, reduces cooldown of all skills by 19, reduces all resource costs by 19, and again, 15% damage to elite enemies. For the shield, brand new shield for the Crusader. This whole set's brand new, but I just like the shield and the weapon. They're really, really cool. It is called Denial. Very good, again hitting all major categories for the affixes, as well as ignores durability loss, that 1000 to all stats. Cooldown for skills is at 27.1%, resource cost reduction is at 19, and again that 15% damage to elite enemies. Moving on to the first ring, this is the Immortal Ring, and you also get 600% damage to all Crusader skills. As well as that, it increases Wrath regeneration by 2 per second. You get 0.33 attacks per second, which is very nice. And you get 50% damage to undead and demons, as well as ignores durability loss. 1 to that maximum damage per paragon, up to 800. Reduces cooldown of Siege Charge by 1 second after killing an enemy. And 1 to maximum damage, again, per paragon. But that actually stacks twice because they're on there twice. So you're going to get a double damage increase. This is the Immortal Ring. You regenerate 160,000 life per second, so you'll never die while wearing this ring. Reduces cooldown of all skills by 34.4. Reduces all resource costs by 52.1, and it is a rare level 1 ring. Moving on to the second ring. This is the 1 billion physical skill damage ring, giving you buffs to lightning damage, holy damage, percent damage, strength, and a bunch of other stuff. But you also get 500% damage to all Crusader skills, which is very, very nice. On top of that, it ignores durability loss, 50% damage to undead and demons, 1000 to all stats, as well as all of these other bonuses here. Reduces cooldown of all skills by 65.1%, reduces all resource costs by 46.8%, and on top of all of that, you get a 75% damage to elite enemies. Very nice indeed. Moving on to the boots, they are codenamed Divine. Again, hitting all crucial affixes, ignores durability loss, resource cost reduction is at 19, skill cooldown is at 19, and you get a 15% damage to elite enemies bonus, and it is a level 1 primal ancient set boots. Moving on to the pants, again hitting all major categories that you want to see on your gear, as well as ignoring durability loss. Cooldown on this one for skills is at 19, resource cost is at 19, again that 15% damage to elite enemies, and it is a level 1 primal ancient set pants. Finally, the last piece of gear we have to show for you is the Divine belt. Again, really hitting all of those major categories, 100% damage to all Crusader skills, ignores durability loss, 1000 to all stats. Cooldown for skills on this one is at 27.1%, reduces all resource costs by 19%. And this is a rare level 1 rare belt. And this is actually the Thunder T-God's Vigor, or the Thunder God's Vigor. This is a very, very good belt. This is actually the first time this belt has ever appeared on the channel. It is one of my favorite belts from Diablo 2, and it is now how it acted in Diablo 2 and Diablo 3, so pretty cool indeed. Moving on to the skills. Primary skill for X ability, you're going to want to pick up Smite with the rune Surge. For your R2 main damage dealing attack, in the secondary skill tree, you're going to want to pick up Sweep attack with the rune Gathering Sweep. For that square ability, in the secondary skill tree, you're going to want to pick up Shield Bash with the rune Shield Cross. For your triangle ability in the Laws skill tree, you're going to want to pick up Law of Hope with the rune Winged of Angels to get a little bit more movement speed. For your circle ability in that Conviction skill tree, you're going to want to pick up Accurate's Champion with the rune Prophet, because this gear doesn't have an armor score, so that Prophet rune is going to give you the armor you need to stay alive. For the utility skill, for your mobility skill, in the utility skill tree, you're going to want to pick up Steed's Charge with the rune Draw and Quarter, just to position yourself rather quickly around the map. Passive number 1, Heavenly Strength, so you can equip that shield and the two-handed mighty weapon.
MOG fire,
Hey,
MOG fire.
thank you, my friend. Second passive is going to be Long Arm of the Law. Passive number 3 is going to be Fanaticism, and passive number 4 is going to be Finery. Cube powers being Acheron's Addendum, Armor of the Kind Regent, and the Flavor of Time. Touching on Paragon, we don't have any Paragon distribution, but touching on the core skill tree first, you really want to put everything into Vitality. You already have enough damage, so you don't need to dump anything in anything else. You're already hitting that max movement speed at 25%, so you don't need to touch that, and maximum Wrath, you don't need it because you have Wrath Regeneration. For the offensive skill tree, you don't need to focus on attack speed, cooldown reduction, critical hit chance. This is the one that you want to focus on, critical hit chance and critical hit damage. These two I would focus over anything else. For the defensive skill tree, armor definitely first. You don't have an armor score on your gear, so any point into armor will really make or break this build. As well as resist all. We don't have a lot of resistances, so you definitely want to put all of your points into resist all and armor.
FN legend.
And then focus on life regeneration and life second. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. You don't need to put any into area damage because we're not using any AoE effects. So maybe focus on life per hit, gold health pickup radius, and resource cost reduction. For the follower, we're using the Enchantress. Her gear is shown here. I'm not going to read everything, but feel free to pause and look at it in greater detail if you so choose. Very good. We're working on getting a little bit better of the Enchantress follower. Just, get some better gear for her. Now mind you, this is only version 1.0 of this divine set. I do need to make some adjustments. The clear speed is alright. If you get a good rift, you're probably looking at 1.5 minutes for clear speeds. If you get a bad rift, it may take up to 2 minutes. It's still my highest damage dealing Crusader, right up there with the Akan set. That was my first Crusader set that I made. This one just kind of improves a little bit onto the overall Crusader playstyle. Now mind you, as well, I don't play Crusader all that much, so I don't know the really good skill combinations to use, but that's why I affix to the gear to have that 100% damage to all Crusader skills on every piece of gear. Just in case you guys have a different skill setup that you'd rather rock than the ones I'm using in the video, you can do that and it'll still be viable. I'm going to try to do that on all of my gear moving forward, so you guys don't have to just be stuck to the specific playstyle that these builds often force you into. I feel like if you're playing a character, or a class I should say, and you want to put on specific skills that you think are cool or that you like, I think that should be a viable option. So that is why we put the affixes on there to buff all skills. So no matter what skills you decide to rock, you'll be blasting through the rifts like none other. Now this is a very good skill setup that we have here, so I would recommend starting with this and then kind of experimenting a little bit and kind of seeing what you like and what you don't like. So enough about that, let's teach you how to rock this build. So this build capitalizes on sweep attack and shield bash. You're getting buffs from your 4-piece bonus and your 6-piece set bonus for both sweeping attack and shield bash. Shield bash is dealing increased damage, and same with sweep attack. So you really want to be focusing on using those two skills. Now, shield bash is actually a very underutilized Crusader skill because it allows you to position yourself. It quickly moves you towards an enemy and then hits them with the shield. So you can use that one skill if you so choose. It is a very, very good skill. If you want to take out big groups of enemies, go ahead and use your sweep attack. This is very good at taking out large enemies and stuff like that. Large mob packs, and that's going to be your R2 attack right here. This is a very good attack. I would almost classify this as an AoE, but it really isn't. As well as Accurate's Champion to give you an increased damage buff, putting your damage at 2 trillion. So before we wrap up this video, I quickly want to show you guys the final damage numbers. We're coming at 2 trillion damage, very nice indeed. Let's move down to the critical hit chances at 75%, critical hit damage at 450%, cooldown reduction 99.2%, very nice indeed. Let's take a look at the resistances. They're not very good. Mind you, in version 2.0, I will buff the resistances a little bit. You're still immortal, but having capped resistances is always nice. Life per second is at 170,000. Life per hit is at 2,000. And finally, that max wrath cost reduction is at 97.22%. Movement speed capped at 20,600. Experience per kill 8,000. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this build, man. Definitely spent a lot of time on this build because it was the last Crusader set that I needed to pick up, and I wanted to make it perfect. Now mind you, adjustments do need to be made, but they're only minor. This is a very, very good version 1.0 initial release. So let me know what y'all think. If you guys want any of the gear shown in this video, hit me up on Discord. I'm active on there every single day of the week, giving out gear. So finally, I'd like to thank you all for watching. If you guys watched this live, thank you all, man. Thank you to everyone who watched this, whether it was live or video on demand. And if you made it all the way till the end, you are an absolute champion, my friend. Thank you. So I hope to catch you all in a future video coming out soon. Stay safe, stay happy, stay gaming.